I can see what's happened. What? And they don't have a clue. Who? The fall in love, and here's the bottom line. How trios down to two. Oh. Let's read Chorus of Twilight. There's magic everywhere. And with all this romantic atmosphere, disasters in the air. Hello and welcome to One Take, episode 16. That's gonna be the new intro. You're welcome. Crap, I didn't have anything else to talk about. I was hoping everyone would leave by this point. I'm just gonna talk about something. I've had a lot of these thoughts. It's mostly this thought that I've had several times. If we could make like just a bubble that has its own gravity and like the gravity is focused on you, alright? And then you can like place things around the bubble. Like, oh yeah, here's my computer, let's bring it down here and let's type really high. Oh yeah, here's a pencil and a pen, yeah, right. I don't know why you're using a pencil to write on a pen, or the opposite. It's not really important, but you know, you have all the things within arm's reach. It's like the... Here, it's within arm's reach of you on either side, and I have to shift because my arms are so long that it just doesn't work. I can't even like just extend this way because there's a shelf. I have leftover water from last night. I'm probably gonna drink it. Okay, good enough. Anyway, that was the thought that I had. You can make like a low to zero gravity bubble that's just got a whole bunch of crap around it. And just do that. Crap, that didn't take nearly enough time. Okay, what's something else? Alright. I realized this earlier today. Subconsciously, I have very low self-esteem, apparently. Not to say, oh, I'm terrible at everything, I shouldn't do anything. It's just, I know I'm going to be good at it, but I still think I'm going to be bad at it. But it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm going to be bad at it. It's just like, you're going to be bad at it, Andy. I'm like, shut up, self. It's like, you're talking to yourself, what a weirdo. I'm like, I know. God, you're like my mother. My mother doesn't say I'm weird. She says I'm the cutest boy at school. I mean, I'd hope she wouldn't be like, man, that fellow over there, that is a cute son of a bitch. My mother says son of a bitch. Or maybe she doesn't. I don't quite remember. I haven't talked to her in like 10 minutes. So as an example of my really low subconscious self-esteem, I was bored earlier. And when I'm bored, I like to imagine conversations. Because, yeah. And I was imagining a conversation in which I asked a girl to prom. And when, and just, and, as well as also and, E. See what I did there? So we're talking, I'm like, hey, do you want to maybe, like, go to prom? Is more or less what I said. I could phrase it correctly, fine, I'll do that. Hey, you know what would really make my just entire high school career? I guess I used the word career. I don't know what else you would use, though. Like, life? No, that just seems kind of melodramatic. Career is good enough. You know what would really make my entire high school career worth it? And then she'd say, what? And then I would say, if you'd go to prom with me. Then she just sort of stops and says, you mean like you and me and at your school? And I'm like, oh, don't worry, there probably won't be any sex. And then in my mind within mine, so I'm like, there probably won't be any sex, actually. very low possibility of intercourse involving myself. Unless it's some sort of like... Never mind, I'm not gonna get into it. So, yeah. Which carries over into my dreams, by the way. Which, side note, there's gonna be a lot of side notes from now on. Just 15 up, it's just gonna be tangents upon tangents. Tangent, 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 tangent. Tan. Tan, 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 tan. What was I saying? Tangents. No. My most recent dream that had any sort of like effect upon me, I go outside and we have like this concrete porch, which is I guess important that it's made of concrete. And I go outside and my mother's like standing at the bottom. And there's all these ostriches and like sheep running by the porch. And I don't know why. And then there's this emu. And the first thing I say is, that doesn't really look like an emu. That looks like a baboon. You know, the primates with the big butts, which are mating thing. Never mind. This baboon, well, no, this emu looks like a baboon wearing a headdress and a trench coat. And I'm like, that is the shadiest thing I've ever seen. So I go inside, and I'm like standing near the door. And I look out the window. And there's just this baboon wearing a trench coat and a headdress staring at me. And this just continues for about 2 or 3 minutes, just in my dream. I'm just like, oh crap, I'm gonna be killed by this baboon wearing a headdress and a trench coat. He possibly also has a gun. This is the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And it just ends there. Like there's no conclusion, it's just... for 3 minutes. But that doesn't really apply to my self-consciousness. My sub-self-consciousness. There we go. Because in my dreams, there'd be like the exposition that you'd be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be like in your mind you'd be like, this is gonna be a wet dream at some point, right? Like this is the kind of thing that's going to happen. No. I get turned down. I'm like, hey, do you maybe want to like go back to my place? No, why would I want to do that? So that we can, whatever, loser. Which I admit that would be the most extreme case of that ever happening to me, but you know, most of the time I'm just like, alright, see you later, bye. And they're like, bye. And then I'm like, crap, I could have had sex with them. Oh well. Which, admittedly, is how I go through most of my life. I'm pointing up at my hat. There's a hat over there. Click, 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 click. Go back up. And, you know, I was really thinking about how the peace that the evening brings, you know, and that the world, for once, is in perfect harmony with all its living things, right? You know, you don't have to look very far, and just to get dramatic and Shakespearean on you, sailing through the night's uncertainties, love is where we are. You see? And yes, I'm still on the lyrics page to Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Oh, one last thing for the 3 of you that are probably watching this at this point. You shouldn't expect 23-minute videos every day. Maybe once a week. Let's say, I don't know, that Tuesday is 23-minute video week. Week? What? Tuesday is 23-minute video day or something. How about that? And that's just the thing that'll happen. And everyone will be happy and content. And I'm going to start wrapping up now. So yeah, if you liked this episode, I don't see why you would, but if you liked it, you know, you can click on the like button. It's over here, I think. If it's not here, then it's here. One of these is the like button and the other is the statistics of likes to dislikes, as well as the views. So one of these two. You can also comment. Commenting is very useful because it allows me to talk about more things. You could contact me through private message if it's something you want to remain anonymous about. And I will, and there will be certain amounts of anonymity. I won't use your name. If anything, you know. Share it even. Share it onto your books of faces and your tumbles and your Twitter fires and that kind of thing. Well, shaky, 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 good night.